dear Gaetano, dear President, dear Mr. Shibani, dear Samir, honorable members, also dear Joan Borrell, whom I see there. I see many familiar faces here, so dear colleagues, I'm more than happy to be here this morning. And I want to thank you for the invitation and the opportunity to address you today. What a privilege. I was thinking while you were speaking, what a privilege to speak in such a historic place. So thank you so much for hosting us, and it is a great pleasure to be here with you at the annual ARLEM plenary session. Of course, being in Palermo means that we confirm the importance of local level in policy making in the European Union. As Joško already said, being a former mayor of Dubrovnik in 2 terms for almost 8 years, I know how important ARLEM is, and I know how important your role is and how close you are to citizens. So you deliver solutions on the ground. And first of all, let me say how grateful I am for your support for the Pact for the Mediterranean, because you really supported us here. You have worked closely with the European Commission, with me, from the moment we announced the Pact. And I want to thank all of you for your valuable input, for your valuable contributions, for your ideas during the consultation phase, because this time we changed the methodology. This time it was a bottom-up approach. We consulted everyone. We spent 6, 7, 8 months consulting different stakeholders on the ground. So you are co-shapers of this pact. As you know, as Joško rightly said, the Pact for the Mediterranean is a framework for cooperation, built on cooperation and built on co-ownership and co-creation, and in the establishment of the common Mediterranean space. Let me spend a few minutes to explain the pact, but I know that all of you are familiar. But it's based on 3 pillars, as you already know. The first and very important pillar is people. So we put people at the heart of this process. When I say people, that means young people, but also all the generations. Knowing demographic figures, young people are really at the heart. So we want to invest in skills, we want to invest in vocational training, we want to invest in education in order to make these young people in southern Mediterranean, but also in European countries, to make them capable of being included into the labor market. Second pillar, very important one, is economy. Everything is about economy. So we are trying to attract European companies to invest in that part of the world. What we are doing, when I say invest, that means invest in development of the countries of southern Mediterranean, but also investing in renewables. For us it is very important, so there is a completely new philosophy now around Mediterranean. You know that we want to get rid of fossil fuels. At the same time, we want to keep our Mediterranean Sea clean and not polluted, which means that we are, by investing in renewables, when I say renewables, that is sun, wind, also green hydrogen. We want to decarbonize the region, and this is all about that. So this is about economy, but by doing this we are opening new jobs. We are, as I said, developing the countries. So this is not only win-win, but win-win-win-win situation. Everybody profits from this. So it's also for mutual benefit from European countries, but also to the benefit of southern Mediterranean. And when I say southern Mediterranean, it is about 10 countries in North Africa and Middle East, but it is also part of my portfolio is also Gulf countries, all 6 Gulf countries, because although geographically they are not Mediterranean, but they are very important for the region, for the political stability and so on. And the third very important pillar is peace, security, resilience and migration. And as I know that Sicily is very concerned with this migration issue, this is very important that we discuss this here and that you will be discussing this here during the day. So these 3 pillars are very important, and it is document now, but it is a living document. It can be changed, it can be added. So it's about how to make this work, how to make, as we usually say, how to make, how to walk the talk. This is what we are saying. So the action plan is coming in the first quarter of next year. When I say action plan, that means all different projects which have been already in pipeline, but also many new projects, so you are invited to contribute. So now I can say that we really want to make a shift. You know that there was the old thinking that European Union is donor to the southern neighborhood, and that people in the southern neighborhood are receivers. We want to change this old pattern from donors to receivers, and we think that partnership is important, that it is our joint responsibility. So now I'm turning to your action plan. I'm glad to see that this positive approach is also reflected in your action plan 2026-2030, and that it promotes cooperation through the pact. So we fully support the strategic priority in your action plan and implementing it at the local level. When we were crafting the pact, I insisted that local and regional levels really have a say in how it will get implemented on the ground. I also warmly welcome your new report on territorial perspectives for the new Euro-Mediterranean strategic agenda that you are going to discuss today, and it is very well aligned with our pact. And I also wish to congratulate the two rapporteurs, Ariana Censi, thank you so much. We had a very good discussion, and also your colleague Rama El Ezzi, and all of you who contributed. So your report calls for coordinated response to regional challenges in the Mediterranean. And I am glad to say that your priorities, such as youth unemployment, climate mitigation, energy, gender equality, local democracy, human rights protection, are fully embedded in the pact. So we want to achieve sustainable socio-economic development together, once again, in partnership of equals. I'm also glad that we share the conviction that the pact needs to deliver tangible benefits for everyone around the Mediterranean. The pact includes about 100 actionable initiatives designed to tackle shared challenges and, as I already said, to create win-win-win opportunities. Let me give you just two examples from the pact. One very important one, which is from the first pillar, it's about Mediterranean University. So it will not only provide educational opportunities, it will also be our goal or our sense is to create a sense of regional identity and collaboration. It will connect students from north to south, east and west of our Mare Nostrum. Through shared courses, joint degrees, mobility opportunities, and one day, I think, joint campuses, people will share the same language of cooperation, innovation, and inclusive society. So when I say Mediterranean University, it doesn't mean that we will build the new premises. It will be alliance or network or already existing university. We will try to add curricula on Mediterranean, whatever it may mean. It may be it history, be it religion, culture, whatever we want to study or our students want to study could be added to already existing universities in Beirut, in Alexandria, in Marseille, in Greece, in other different countries. So this is about that. Another flagship project which I can mention from the second pillar is Trans-Mediterranean Renewable Energy and Clean Tech Initiative, so-called TMED. So it is designed to strengthen our economies, and our final goal is to turn the Mediterranean into a powerhouse of clean energy from solar, wind and hydrogen, as I already said. So it will help provide investment opportunities, reduce our carbon footprint, increase energy security, and, of course, create quality jobs in the region. You know that we need these quality jobs to increase, and we need to increase employment in the southern Mediterranean. I already said that demographic figures are important. Let's not forget so-called needs, not those young people who are not in education, not in employment, so we can also help them. We will also build on the shared determination to strengthen our security cooperation. All of you know, you mentioned the Middle East, Gaza, Israel. There can be no prosperity without security. And for us it is very important. This is why we included Gulf countries in this portfolio. And this is not a coincidence that President von der Leyen decided to establish a new portfolio on Mediterranean. It's not only symbolic. It is because there was there were concerns from the southern neighbors that we put our highlight and accent to Western Balkans, to Ukraine, to Georgia, to Moldova, and people in southern Mediterranean felt a little bit abandoned, which was not the case. But by establishing this new portfolio, we really want to show that we are together, and we also established not only portfolio and commissioner, and it's about creating a new Directorate General, which is called DG MENA, and this DG MENA is first entry point for all your ideas and contributions. Just to understand that you have now your Directorate General where you can find, where you can contribute also. On migration, as we already said, it is a core area. We need, I want to be clear here, we need to combat illegal migration, to pave the way for legal migration. So this is very important, to strongly separate legal from illegal. And nowadays there are some tendencies to, with purpose, to combine these two. Some politicians are very irresponsible by doing this, and then by doing this they are gaining the votes from citizens because they speak about migration in general as negative. So I have to say that in last 100 years each and every European was once either migrant or refugee. So we have really to show solidarity, but we have to strictly divide illegal from illegal migration. And as you know, in line with the external dimension of the Pact of the Migration and Asylum, we will work together to prevent illegal departures, to fight smugglers, and of course we will enhance effective readmission cooperation. Just to understand that this, we are very firm on this. I'm working closely with my colleague Commissioner Brunner, who is in charge of migration. Just to understand that this this Mediterranean portfolio is like an umbrella portfolio, so I have to cooperate with all the commissioners, with all DGs, be it on education, be it on environment, be it on energy, be it on housing, demography, and of course on migration. So I know that you will discuss water resilience today. I have to mention this. Addressing water scarcity is a pressing issue for many of us, not only in the southern Mediterranean. So the Pact also supports sustainable water management and resilience. As I already said, initiatives under the Pact include water governance, transboundary watershed management, and also deployment of innovative technologies for water conservation and reuse. This is also very important. I see very good examples of reuse of water when I was a month ago in Morocco, in Rabat, in Sama. So there is already something which is ongoing, but we have to amplify this. Of course, these efforts are not just about managing the most precious natural resources that we have. They are about ensuring long-term stability and prosperity of our region. And to conclude, only a few words on, again, the role of regional and local authorities. It is crucial to have a strong role for the local and regional authorities if we want to implement the Pact. The new partnership through the pact must not be rooted only in national diplomacy. You are the front lines, and we can achieve this together. I want to tell you that we need you, that we need your insights. I said this is a living document, so it's open. We need your expertise, we need your experiences, and of course we need your leadership. If we want to achieve tangible results and if we want to make things work on the ground. I'm committed to strengthening your role in governance, policy advocacy and implementation, and you can count on me personally. What I forgot to say, governance, it won't, just to reassure you that this is not yet another document. The governance of the pact will be done on two levels. One level will be Foreign Affairs Ministers, which means for Foreign Affairs Council. So twice a year they will be obliged to have this on the agenda, which is something. And of course, second one on senior officials at senior officials level. The pact will be presented in Barcelona on the 28th of this month. On the occasion of the 30th anniversary of Barcelona Declaration, so we will present the pact there. And you know that Union for Mediterranean, we have a Deputy Secretary General here, but Union for Mediterranean is the only organization politically, if I speak politically, where all the members or all the all the countries of the southern Mediterranean take part, which means both Palestine and Israel take part there, which is also politically important. So I hope that this will be a good occasion to present pact in a much more profound way. So to conclude, dear co-chairs, dear Samir, dear Joško, there are opportunities for people, there are opportunities for stronger inclusive economies, and there is a strong role for local and regional level, and this is our common vision for the future of the Mediterranean. Thank you for your leadership, thank you for your insights, thank you for your commitment, thank you for your dedication, and this is making a difference. So together we can strengthen our Mediterranean partnership at all levels in order to benefit whom? Our citizens. Everything what we are doing is for the citizens, so I hope that you will have a very fruitful and inspiring discussions today which can contribute to the pact. So thank you so much and all the best.